Hi guys, that's my crap representation of the brilliant John Williams theme from Jaws. So, movie room update. When I last spoke to you, I was just putting the finishing touches to the undercoat that I was going to be putting on the walls, which I completed. So I'll do a little pan round of that so you can see what that looked like. So now we're on to the actual paint, the fun part. Before I go into that, I should say that yes, I am wearing the same t-shirt, even though this is like day 3 or whatever it is of painting. And the reason for that is I'm not a scruffy git. It's just this is my kind of t-shirt that I can get paint on, and I just don't want to ruin my other t-shirts. So whenever I'm painting, I just wear the same t-shirt. So paint. Now then, I picked a colour and I got it home, and the colour was called Indigo Shade. Now indigo is kind of a purpley blue, and the Indigo Shade, which is a Dulux colour, was quite a nice blue. I thought it looked more blue than purple. But when I cracked the lid off and started to put a tiny bit on the wall, to my horror, it was more teal. It looked like a bluey green, almost turquoise. And I very quickly realised that it wasn't a colour that I wanted for that room, and I really wasn't happy with it. So, you know, when you open a tin of paint, you can't return it. I bought it from B&Q. So I took it back with a receipt, because when I bought that paint, I bought over 100 quid's worth of stuff, and I was hoping that they would be very forgiving and allow me to replace it. And thankfully they did. They kind of said, well, we shouldn't really, but luckily the lady that was serving was really nice and she understood my predicament. So the colour that I have settled on is called Sapphire Salute. So this is a shot of the can for those of you that are interested in these sort of things. So I will go into the room and I will show you what it looks like. So let's see what you think.
Commercial time. Coke is it when you want to feel refreshed. Coke is it, and when you're thirsting for the best. Coke is it, the biggest taste you'll ever get. Coke is it. Coke is it.
So please bear in mind that this is, I've only done 2 coats. I haven't done the edges or anything. And it's still in the process of drying. So I don't know how it will show on camera, but parts of it may look uneven. But trust me, that is just the way the wet paint that hasn't dried yet is reflecting the light. So this is the colour, and it's lovely. It is kind of I'd call it almost a royal blue. My other half, I asked her what she thought, and I said, you know, be honest. And she said, well, it's a bold colour, which is her way of politely saying it wasn't for her. But as it dries, it's darkening. So if you see above the door there, it's looking very dark. And that's great, because that's the kind of colour that I'm after. You can see, if you look up at the edging at the top there, that will definitely need another coat.
Now I want those little paint-happy bastards caught and hung up by their Buster Brown.
Because that's obviously doing it with a much smaller brush. But yeah, I'm really, really happy with it. I'm glad I took the time to change the paint. So, things are moving on now. We've actually got coloured walls. The next thing that I need to do, once we've finished doing all the finessing of the paintwork and tidying up the edges, is I need to put the trim back around the window and use sealant to seal that up, because I took that away so I could get the bloody wallpaper off. It looks like when they had new windows fitted, the previous residents, they put the trim over the bloody wallpaper, which was a real pain when it came to take it down. But, you know, all the hard work's done now. It's, as I say, maybe I'm going to let this dry overnight and see what it looks like in the morning, and hopefully there'll be a few bits in the edging that I need to touch up. And tomorrow is Saturday, and in the UK where I live, they've given it to be pretty poor weather on Sunday. But that's fine, because Sunday I'm hoping I can finally, after over 2 weeks of moving into this house, I can start unpacking my films. Because, as I say, all of these boxes in the middle of the room are my films. So it's going to be really nice finally getting these unboxed, and then building the bookcase stroke shelves, and that will lean up against that wall there. So I've really been looking forward to this, because it will finally start to feel like a proper movie room. And so I'm really looking forward to getting that erected and putting it up.
Spoken like a true man.
And then I have a few other bits of furniture on order that will be a slight delay. I think they said about 7 to 10 days before I get those bits of furniture. So we're probably going to be looking at maybe the beginning of the final week of October before I'm fully back to normal and everything's wired back in. Which is a shame, because I was hoping to do a kind of a Halloween special. But I don't think I'll have enough time to get that film and nicely edited before Halloween. Maybe I can do something, but it won't be quite as elegant as it would have been if everything was back in place at that point. So there we are. The painting is almost done. Finally got rid of all the horrible fuddy-duddiness of this room. It's starting to feel a lot cool. And hopefully, I'm still thinking of getting a little bit of LED stroke neon lighting here and there. As I say, this room does have a Jaws theme. So I've got a bit of Jaws artwork that's going to be delivered. And I don't know where in the room yet I'm going to hang it. And I have a bit of neon that's in the shape of a shark that will probably go in that corner and light up that little alcove there. So my editing computer will be on a desk here, and then the neon shark will be on the wall there. So I'm hoping that will give a nice glow to that corner of the room. And then as for the other bit of LED lighting that I'm going to be doing, I can't really talk about that till I get the furniture, because that's going to be a TV stand that will go here. And the one that I saw comes with sort of built-in shelves, and I thought it would look really nice with some LED strip lighting. So there we are, nice, quick and easy one today. As I say, I will try and do some footage of me unpacking my films and rebuilding the flat pack bookcase that they go on. So that'll probably be the next vlog. So look out for that in a while's time. So until then, I'll speak to you very soon. Bye for now.
Ha 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 ha!